Hello my fishing friends and fellow anglers, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into what promises to be a truly fascinating day on the water across the USA. Friday, January 2nd, 2026. What makes this day special? Well, we've got a unique celestial event coinciding with typical winter conditions, which means some fish will be shutting down while others will be in a prime feeding frenzy. Stick around because I'm going to share some golden nuggets of wisdom that could turn a slow day into an epic catch, no matter where you are in this vast country. Now let's talk tactics for some of our favorite winter targets. First up, for my friends in the colder northern states where ice fishing is king, let's focus on yellow perch. These little fighters are incredibly active in cold water. You'll want to find them schooling in depths ranging from 10 to 25 feet, especially near underwater structures like humps, points, or the edges of weed lines. My go-to setup is a light ice rod with a small jigging spoon tipped with a live minnow or a couple of wax worms. The key is a subtle jigging motion, just enough to get that bait dancing. Remember, perch are visual feeders, so pay attention to your electronics for those telltale schools. Moving south to the open water lakes and reservoirs, crappie will be a fantastic target. In early January, crappie often suspend in deeper water, typically around 15 to 30 feet, near brush piles, submerged timber, or bridge pilings. Look for them holding tightly to structure. A lightweight spinning rod with 4 to 6 pound test line is ideal. Try a small jig, usually 1/16 to 1/32 ounce, tipped with a small plastic grub or a live minnow. Slowly present your bait at different depths until you find their strike zone. Vertically jigging right over their heads can be incredibly effective. And for those lucky enough to be fishing the saltwater estuaries and coastal marshes of the Gulf Coast or the southeast, redfish will be biting. In January, redfish often group up in shallower, warmer water on sunny days, especially over dark mud flats or around oyster beds and spartina grass lines. The shallower water warms up faster and holds baitfish. A medium light to medium action spinning rod with braided line tied to a fluorocarbon leader is perfect. Topwater lures can work in the mornings, but soft plastics on a jig head, like a paddle tail or shrimp imitation, will be your bread and butter. Cast around any visible structure or schools of bait and work your lure slowly along the bottom. Now, let's break down the conditions. Weather-wise, January 2nd, 2026 will see typical winter patterns across the United States. In the northern regions, expect cold temperatures, generally ranging from 14 to 28 degrees Fahrenheit, with a good chance of ice cover and perhaps some light snowfall. The central states will hover between 25 and 41 degrees Fahrenheit with varied precipitation. Down in the sunny south, things will be much milder, with temperatures from 50 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Atmospheric pressure is likely to be stable high pressure across many areas, which can often lead to more consistent, albeit sometimes slower, feeding patterns. Wind direction and strength will vary significantly by region, so always check your local forecast. Water temperatures will mirror the air temperatures, with northern lakes and rivers being frozen or near freezing, often in the mid-30s degrees Fahrenheit beneath the ice. In central regions, open water temperatures will be in the high 30s to low 50s. Southern coastal waters, like those in Florida, could still be a comfortable 74 to 76 degrees Fahrenheit, while inland lakes in the south might range from the high 40s to low 60s. This wide range means fish behavior will differ dramatically across the country. As for the moon phase, Friday, January 2nd, 2026 will feature a magnificent waxing gibbous moon, shining at nearly 99% illumination just a day before the full moon. Many seasoned anglers believe that a bright moon, especially near a full phase, can stimulate nocturnal feeding activity. However, it can also make daytime fishing tougher, as fish might feed heavily overnight and be less active during the day often holding deeper or tighter to cover. Overall fish activity will be highly dependent on your location. In the extreme north, ice fishing for cold water species like perch, walleye and lake trout will be the primary game, with activity often steady. In the central and southern open water areas, species like crappie, bluegill and bass will be active, but might be found in deeper, more stable thermal zones. Saltwater species like redfish and speckled trout in the warmer southern waters will be actively feeding, especially during warmer parts of the day. Considering all these factors, my overall assessment for fishing on January 2nd, 2026 is good to very good, with a caveat. Success will largely depend on your ability to adapt to regional conditions and target species appropriate for the specific water temperatures and weather patterns. If you're in the right place with the right approach, you're in for a treat. So get out there, my friends, bundle up, stay safe, and have an incredible time. May your lines be tight and your coolers full. Until next time, tight lines and screaming reels. If you enjoyed this forecast, please hit that like button, subscribe for more expert tips, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss out. And tell me in the comments below, what are your go-to winter fishing spots and tactics? What species are you chasing this January? I love hearing your stories.